Hi everyone, welcome to day 12 of my video diaries. Stuff happened last night, like maybe 2 hours after I recorded and then uploaded yesterday's video diary. I had to go to the hospital because I was a dumbass and I cut my hand. A 1 centimeter deep, 6 centimeters across cut down that side of my hand. So I was in the hospital from 4 a.m. and it's 8 a.m. now, so pretty good turnaround, honestly. So it's nice, it's great. Basically by the time I thought it was gonna have to have stitches because it was so deep when I got there, and the nurse looked at it and was like, oh yeah, it might need to get stitches. But by the time a doctor saw me to put stitches in it, it had kind of fused closed. So now it's not stitches, or it's not even glued or anything. It's just, I've just got a band-aid on because I've got to go to work tonight. So that's fun. And then they also gave me a tetanus shot, which is great, meaning my arm is going to be stiff because tetanus shots just, they make your arm all tingly wingly, or like stiff. Tetanus is one of those ones that makes your arm go really stiff and stuff. So because I once again got no sleep, but definitely need to go to work tonight, I've gotten myself some delicious McDonald's coffee and some McDonald's breakfast, which is fantastic. So yeah, a trip to the hospital. Who would have thunk it? Just say stuff keeps happening. Okay, let me tell you how I did it. So because I wanted to not leave my room last night, or like to disturb the rest of the household, because it was like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. kind of thing, but I wanted a snack. So I was cutting up carrots in my room with my box cutter from work. It clean, mostly, I think. But I was doing it in a way that I was holding them, and if you can imagine, I'm holding the box cutter in this hand, holding the carrot in this hand, not the smartest. I think one of the most dumb things I have ever done, like quantifiably just dumb. But yeah, we did it. Oh, and now I'm on antibiotics as well. I take that 4 times a day for the next 5 days. Alright, I'll catch you later. You guys just checking it. So once I got home from having Macca's for breakfast, I basically went straight to sleep. I set 3 alarms. I woke up to one of them, but I was like, I've got a little bit of time, just I didn't properly register, and I was still really tired, so then I fell back to sleep. And then the next minute I wake up and it's exactly when work starts. I frantically text, I message my manager that I'm gonna be late, and then I scramble and get to work maybe 20 minutes late, which isn't bad, all things considered. But then I wasn't doing too hot throughout the shift, so I went home 2 hours early. So I don't know, out of a 7-hour shift, 7.5 hour shift, I probably got 4.5 hours pay. So I missed out on 2.5. 4.5, 5.5. I don't know. But yeah, they weren't. They would chill with it because obviously I rocked up with my hand looking like this, and explained to them what happened, that I had shots and I was on antibiotics, that's what it's called. So they were chill, pretty happy. I'm going to be back on work on Friday. And then, so after this, I'm home now. And I'm just kind of chilling, taking a breath. And then I'm going to a friend's place because they've got food for me. I am really hungry. And they also need their Warhammer High Elf book back. Because I've had it for ages. Don't tell him, but I didn't actually read any of it. I kind of just had it, and then I'm also taking back his Pathfinder's book, which I did read because I was going to make a Pathfinder's module, but for like maybe 4 or 5 players, but I never got the time. I never wrote enough of it, and so it might be something I pick up later, but as currently, probably not for the near future, just until everything is kind of settled and whatnot. Alright, I'm gonna go do that, and then I have to come home and then study really hard tonight for the assignment that's due tomorrow at 5 p.m. The problem with that being that I have coffee with my dad in the morning, then I have to drive to uni, and then I've got labs, and then we'll be in labs when it hits that 5, so I really need to get it done before I go to uni tomorrow, or at least like mostly done, so that I can just like quickly last minute kind of edit things. So I'm a little bit stressed about that, but like it's the assignment that I got the extension on, so like I feel like I've squandered it because this happened and I was procrastinating anyway. Alright, I'm gonna go. I will check back in later. Alright, so hello everyone. It is now the next day, and it's like 2 a.m. the next day, so like it's technically like 2 days after I have checked in last, mainly because I was like pretty exhausted yesterday. So yesterday was me in the hospital in the morning, then sleeping through most of the early morning, and then getting to work like late, and then I got home from work and I was going to go to a friend's for dinner because I had extra food and they knew that I was kind of going through it a bit, but I just ended up crashing really hard for like, when you sleep like in 15-minute increments and you just keep waking up again, that's what that was for like two hours, and then I like fell asleep properly for maybe 2 hours, and then I woke up again, and then I couldn't get to sleep, and I just decided to watch some long form YouTube. When you're like half watching, half kind of sleeping a little bit. So there was that. Sorry, I should probably turn this on. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's probably worse. The one thing I hate about my car is that it doesn't have like lights at the front here, so I can't really do this well in the car. So, and then I ended up sleeping from like 7 a.m. Oh yeah, I was meant to go to coffee with my dad this morning. It was at his house, so it didn't inconvenience him too much that I didn't show up. Meant to go for coffee for his, and then I was meant to finish an assignment, and then I was meant to go to uni, and I did none of that. So I didn't go for coffee. I didn't get my assignment in on time, so I still have to do that. I'm hoping to get it done by tomorrow. And then I didn't end up going to uni class today either. And then I woke up at something ridiculous like 7 p.m. So it wasn't just like I slept. It was like I slept for nearly 20 hours or something. Like, I fell asleep at like 10 p.m. yesterday. and then woke up at 7 or 8 p.m. today with like a little bit of waking in between. So it was like a long ass time that I was asleep for. And I think it's the antibiotics and me getting the shot, like tetanus shot. So finally, kind of that was fine. And then I have a Zoom meeting or an online meeting for a class that I'm doing. We do a weekly one because it's like a mega project that we've got to do. So I went to that. There was like only 3 of us that went there. I got a little bit of work done for that class where I wrote up a methodology for the class 2 weeks ago that I was meant to do a week ago. And then I ended up going to the friend's house tonight for the food that I was meant to go last night, and we ended up watching a movie. What was it? It was Daywalkers. It was actually pretty good. Except I'm the annoying person that asks the questions of like, in a vampire movie, why that's like modern. I'm like, why don't they use UV lights if it's canonical that it's the UV rays that burns them? And it's just, I feel like I'm just like that annoying friend that asks those questions, but they're also kind of those friends but with different things, so I feel like it evens out a little bit, and they humor me a lot. And then we watched this, I think, Japanese anime, which was Monster, and we watched like 4 episodes. It's not too bad, but I was kind of in and out. I made myself some more spaghetti. Yeah, it was spaghetti. It was kind of nice spaghetti. No offense to him, but my spaghetti is better. But so when I move, I'm moving a lot closer to these friends. Probably at 10 minutes closer, which is really nice. But it means that I can finally like give back and like cook them foods and like bring it over and stuff. Cause like I'm really of the version of friendship that it's like everything evens out eventually. You know, like I buy them Macca's one time, they buy me Macca's one time. Like they invite me over for dinner during a period of time that I'm not doing great. I cook them for food when they're not doing great. It's, yeah, you know, like friendship, once you've had a friend for long enough, stuff like stops becoming so like pedantic of like, oh, I did this for you, and like that feeling of I'm doing more goes away, because you kind of even out into this thing of you're doing more for me at the moment, but I've done more for you when you've been struggling. So it like evens out until you've got that like level of friendship where you support each other in, you know, your times of when you're doing it rough, which, you know, I think I've gotten to that point with these friends, because I've known them for what, it'll be going 4 years, maybe, starting on 5 years I've known this friend, and really like we've been there for each other. Like I've nursed him when he's sick and kind of stuff like that, and he's helped me when I'm being a fuckwit and everything. So yeah, it's that kind of thing. So right now I am sitting in my car eating ice cream, which is very nice. They passed it to me with like a drip down the side, and it's now all over my bandage, and so I'm not really happy about that, but it's ice cream and I'm excited about that. Should probably stop spending money, but I don't care. That's just dripped on me. Well, I'll catch you tomorrow.